Hi, I'm Bill Prankard, and welcome to Stand on Guard. I am so glad that you're with us. And while you're here on the website, after I share with you and minister to you and give you some important keys, why don't you check out what's happening in the other areas of the ministry? And, look at the resources, look at the missions and everything else. It's a great thing. And upcoming events, we got some great things coming up. I want to share with you today from the book, 6 Keys to Breakthrough and Healing. We really felt it was important that we share with you some keys that we felt the Lord had shown us, my wife and I, that help people in breakthrough. And they're things that you kind of know, but as long as it's just in your head, as long as it's just knowledge, it can be true, it can be sound, but if it's just in your head, it doesn't change you, it doesn't transform you. It's when that goes from your head to your heart, then the passion comes and then your life is transformed. Well, the next key I want to share with you is forgive. Forgive. And that is so much easier to preach than it is to practice it. Because, when people do things and they hurt, and why would I forgive them? They don't even deserve me to forgive them. Matthew chapter 5, verse 23 says, "Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar and you remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar. Go your way. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift." Jesus taught every time you pray, he says you need to forgive those that do things against you as your Father forgives you. In other words, his teaching was that your forgiveness depends on the way you forgive others. In other words, you reap what you sow. That's basically the principle. And isn't it interesting that we can do whatever? I mean, we can go out, we can sin, we can break every law of God, and then we just come and say, "God, I'm sorry." And we totally expect him immediately to forgive us and give us another chance. And thank God he does. He does. He's a God of grace and mercy. Well, it really sounds like, and it's true, that you don't deserve that. Well, you don't. None of us deserve the grace and mercy of God. This is not a reflection on us. It's a reflection on him. But when people do things to you that hurt you, it's something happens in our heart, and we can get bitter, and we can get angry. In fact, we can have hate in our heart, and we can say, that's it. Years ago, I went through a time when I was betrayed and really devastated, and I just made up my mind in my own little brain that I'm never going to trust again, because I figured this out. Trusting and caring and loving, I was opening myself up to get hurt. And if I didn't trust, I wouldn't get hurt again. And I got hurt because I opened up and trusted. And so then, guess what? I'm in a service, and the speaker is talking about love. And I felt the Holy Spirit say, if you are saying you're not going to trust again, that you're saying you're not going to love again, and you're not going to be able to minister, see, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to work. And so I realized this is not about them. It's about me. I mean, when you forgive somebody, you are giving yourself a gift. Not forgiving them is to allow them to keep hurting you. So Jesus said it's that important that you do this every time you pray. And if you know there's something against somebody, then you need to go and you need to resolve that. And let me give you some advice. You don't go to them and say, "Look, I forgive you because you did this and this and this and this to me, and you made me do this or feel this." I mean, that doesn't do it. I've met people that have come to me and said, "I just want to forgive you," and I don't even know these people. And I said, "Okay, thank you." And they said, "I was in a service like 30 years ago, and you said something, and I got so angry, and I've carried this thing, and it's really messed my life up." And I thought, wow, because it didn't affect me. I didn't even know. I felt terrible that they'd gone through this thing, but they'd carried it all this, and it wasn't worth it. So if you want to walk in breakthrough and you want to walk in health, because unforgiveness will block the blessing of God, will block healing for you. It really will. So if you're praying for somebody and they're not getting healing, it's a good question to ask. It's an excellent question. Is there anybody you need to forgive? Sometimes you need to forgive yourself. Maybe you've done something and you blamed yourself. You need to forgive yourself. I talked to a friend just recently who really made some terrible mistakes, and he said, I know God's forgiven me and my family's forgiven me, but he said, I don't know if I can ever forgive myself. Well, that'll block something. When I come next time to you and stand on guard, I want to share with you a truth of here, an illustration of this that I believe is really going to help you. These are great days, and you need to be free. You need to be free to serve God and free to stand on guard in strength and health. Don't let anybody or anything block that. God bless you. Have a great day.